Hey guys, what's up? If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. My name is Indigo, and today I want to talk to you guys about healing because if you are like me or you have had a tumultuous life and you've never had a chance to heal, you might not know what healing is because I didn't even know what it was until I started really going through the process and I was talking to my friends about some of the things that are happening. They're like, baby girl, you're just healing. I was like, oh, that's what this is. So yeah, we're gonna talk about it because it's just like it's honestly not what I expected. Like it's it's a lot more forceful, it's a lot more energetic, and there's just so much happening that I have to talk about it. Um I have about I have what I would call like the six pillars. I wanted like at first I called them steps, but I don't feel like there is really steps to this. I do know that I understand that there's a process, but I feel like all of these things that are happening within me at the same time. And so these are just the six things I would say. Is it one, two, three, four? Yeah. These are the six things that I would say have been like the most pronounced aspects of this journey for me up until this point. Um, so yeah, what does healing mean to me? And I think for me, this entire process really began with the question. If you've been following along with me, then you'll know a couple videos back, I talked to you guys about my hair. And like, I basically posted a vlog where I cut off all my hair. And before I even got to that point, there was a question. There was a question that I had been kind of asking myself like off and on, but it like really came into focus in this moment. And that question was, will you halt this eclipse in me? And yes, that is a lyric from a Sleep Talking song, actually from his song. It's in two different songs, but the main one that I'm going to focus on is Look to Windward off of their newest album, Even in Arcadia. But that was the question for me. And yes, it's in a song, but it's also a question that I feel I have been asking myself over and over again. I've been at this same point several times in my life where I've been being asked by the universe to make a different choice, to do different things, to be a new person, and every time I got scared. This is the first time that I've really given myself the grace and just a little bit more of a push to like go ahead and try these things, go ahead and see what it's like to be somebody new. What does it look like trying something that looks absolutely terrifying but that you've been longing to do for so long? And so that was my question, will you halt this eclipse in me? And I finally surrendered and I said, no, I'm ready for new. I need new. I crave it on a level that is, I can't even describe what that's like. And so I pondered with that question and I sat with that question in my high state and I said, fuck it, let's do it. And I shaved off my hair, which leads us into the purge. Me cutting off my hair was the first step in my purging process. And since then, there have been so many different things that have left my life. I quit my job. I've been losing weight like crazy, 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 crazy. What else have I done? I'm sorry, I do have some notes here because I wrote all of this stuff down, but I probably said that already. Anyway, um, let me see. So yeah, cut off my hair. I have been losing weight like crazy. I have been crying like you wouldn't believe. And in the crying, there are all of these different emotions and things that are coming up. Like I know when I first cut off my hair, we can talk about this. I felt shamed because I'm bald headed now. So now everybody's gonna look at me like, oh, she can't grow any hair, and like she's just gonna always be bald headed. Da 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 da. All of these like negative things that people had said to me in the past because I had shorter hair, and for a long time up until I got older, I had shorter hair, and like there were all of these like ugly things that children and people used to say to me that just were coming up, and it's just like, nah, that doesn't apply anymore. Like I see it and I hear what you're saying, but nah, it doesn't apply to me. Like let it go. I've been cutting off family. I changed my number. The only person from my past who has my new number is one of my friends, like two of my friends. Yeah, that's it. Two of my friends have my new number. That is it. That is all. Nobody else will get my new number. And even one of the friends that I gave the number to, I'm blocking her. So, like, I'm just, I'm not in a place where I can carry over all of this new energy. And I knew I didn't want these old things and these old people to taint who I was becoming, because right now I'm in such a fragile state. I had to do that in order to protect my peace. So they're all gone. I've been fasting, and I've even like been reconsidering my diet as a in general. So like there's like this purging process and like all of these different things that I kept holding on to up until this point that I'm just like reevaluating and I'm assessing, like, do I actually need you to be successful in this next phase of life, or are you going to be a hindrance? The things that are hindrances, letting them go. And with all of like this releasing and everything like that, there has been what I would call this second phase, which is this phase of emptiness and hollowness. Like, I know this is a very physical thing, but I'm always freaking hungry. Like for the last month, I feel like I've been hungry, just empty. I feel like it doesn't matter what I eat, how much I eat. It could be right after I eat, I am still hungry. And my life, there isn't much that I am doing right now. Like I go to the gym, I work out, I come home, I might edit a video or I might do a little research online. I'm not gonna lie, I've been scrolling like crazy because I don't have a job anymore, and I do have a little bit of money in savings. So like I don't have to work too much. Like I am gonna be looking for something to do to sustain myself monetarily coming up, but like it's not to this point where I'm just like scrambling. So I've just been taking it easy and I've been trying to like recover and recoup my nervous system. But in all of that, I notice all of this space and this time, and there's just this emptiness, and it's just the only way to describe this space is peace. That's literally the only way to describe it, and it makes me uncomfortable because I've never been in a place where I wasn't like I just had time to myself to be. I have never had that until now. I shouldn't take that. I shouldn't say that because I definitely had that when I was in Thailand too. But I feel like the circumstances around that were different. I wasn't at this place, and so it didn't feel the same as it does now. This is peace. This is serenity. This space that I find myself in is like how I want to feel all the time, where I'm not worried and I'm not wondering. And yes, I am still sad all the time. But I'm also really happy all the time as well. And I get frustrated and I get excited and I get nervous and I get all of these different things. There is a cacophony of emotions that exist in me at any given moment, but the overarching feeling of everything is just peace. And that has been a heady like thing to kind of wrap my brain around. But with all of this new space, that takes me into my next phase of everything is there's clarity that is coming up. I'm able to see a lot of people differently than I've ever been able to see them. I know with the purging that I've been going through, one thing that I've been really, really reflecting on lately is the relationship with my mother. And I have to talk about this thing because for me, this, I would say, has shaped everything in my life up until this point. But I've gotten such clarity about our relationship dynamic, and I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm very comfortable and I'm very confident in saying that my mother was jealous of me. I didn't see it up until now, and in reflection, I've been able to see that there were all of these signs that were right there that I just never paid attention to. Little slick things that she would say, different things that she would do. They just let me know that I'm not going to say she doesn't love me. I feel like she does love me, but I feel like in many ways she sees me as what she could have been if she had just believed in herself and had been a little bit more willing to go after the things that she wanted. Like she was a go-getter later in life, and I think by that point the things that she was trying to get after weren't necessarily the things that she should have been getting after, and so she kept running into walls. Whereas the things that I'm going after and the things that I want are actually what I want and who I'm supposed to be, and they're very much in alignment with everything that I am to be in this life. And I have a modicum of, I have a pretty good success rate at just accomplishing the things that I want for myself. And I feel like that made her jealous. And that jealousy showed up in different ways. And I feel like it caused her to take advantage of me a lot. Like, take advantage of me. I was gonna say a lot longer than she should have, but just take advantage of me and my kindness and my sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was very much willing to allow me to give her everything that I am and sacrifice everything that I wanted for myself, and like, I be able to, I guess, live or survive or whatever, because she wasn't living. She was just like, she was literally just surviving off of me, you know. But I've had like a lot more clarity about situations like that. There are friends that I'm seeing in different situations. I know now that I can never invite my family back into my life. Like, I am getting clarity on myself and the things that I really want. You know, for the longest time I thought I was an actress, and I am, but I'm an artist. You know, there my art encompasses a lot of different things. It's not just my performance abilities, you know. I am walking art, and I now know that, and I can see that a little bit. What does that mean for my life? I don't really know yet, but I at least can see myself a lot more clearly than I did before. And I'm able to recognize myself, which is the next step. I'm recognizing myself in ways that I never have. Believe it or not, I've never thought I was beautiful. Like, I feel like I'm pretty, like I have a pretty face, but I never have felt actually beautiful. But I am absolutely stunning. You know what I'm saying? Yes, physically, but my heart is so pure. The love that I carry within me and the ways that I show up for the people that I really care about is a beautiful thing. People don't have folks like me in their life. I'm tooting my horn right now. Beep, motherfucking beep. I'm tooting my horn. People don't have someone like me in their life. I'm very sweet. I'm very honest. I'm very nurturing. I'm very loving. The energy that I carry is very light. And at the same time, the way I will cut you down if you try me, ooh, do I have a fucking tongue? I have a, like, I'm mean. I'm also very mean. You know what I'm saying? I spend way too much time with people that I shouldn't. I smoke too much, which I've cut way back on that. I have not actually smoked in a long time, or in a long time. I haven't smoked weed in a couple of weeks, which was my big thing. And so, like, I'm like cutting that back. Like, so I'm able to get more clarity on myself, and I'm able to recognize myself in new ways. And I see all of the things within me that are, you know, needing to come up, needing to be let go. And I'm seeing all the things that I have that need to be amplified and need to be brought up more and to be highlighted more, which is taking me into the last and final phase that I would say, which is just like a physical manifestation, and the my reality beginning to mirror back all of this work that I'm doing. I have a real friend. For the first time in my life, I have a real, honest to goodness friend, somebody that I can tell absolutely anything to, and they will not judge me. And that's something I've never had before. I have never been able to share my deepest, darkest secrets with anybody. And I feel like the person that I have right now, I have told her some absolutely diabolical things, and not once has she judged me like some people from my past. If anything, she's just given me a way, like a different way to look at it. She's helped me to see it from different angles and different aspects. And it is such a joy just to be able to share and to pour into, like, to have somebody pour into me the way that I've always poured into everybody. And that, like, she don't, like, we pour into each other. Like, let's be clear about that, because she's always asking me for feedback, and I give her feedback, and she allows me the space to be actually honest and real with her and what I see. And she doesn't get mad at me for what I see. She doesn't, you know, she doesn't take it as me trying to be offensive or anything like that. She understands that I'm merely trying to help her, and especially because she's coming to me for the feedback. You know, I've had that before where people will ask me questions. Well, what do you think about this and what do you think about that? And I'll tell them, and they'll get mad at me for it. That's not this. This is somebody that is going to be in my life, I feel like, for a very long time. And if not for a long time, for a good time, and somebody who I can really see myself in and growing with. Like, and I'm so happy about that. And like, that's just one example of the physical manifestations of everything that I've been doing. But this is like what the healing journey has looked like for me. You know, I'm just getting comfortable and I'm getting confident and I'm growing in love with myself. I feel like overall, like overarchingly, that is what healing is learning to love, and love from a space without judgment, being able to look at all of the ugly things that we might go through and all of the pain and all of the wounding, and to see it and to be willing to sit with it and to nurture it back into a healthy state, to not judge it, not judge the things and the people and whatever right where they are, loving them for what they are, so that they do grow in confidence and encouraged to purge out the bad and reclaim the power that exists within what that thing originally was. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just kind of where I've been lately. Like, that's what healing has been looking like for me. I'm sure it's going to continue to evolve and change as I continue to evolve and change. But me just getting to this place where it's normal and it's comfortable to look at my wounding and to see all of the places where I might not be doing the best. It's been a very grounding experience, to say the least. And I feel more myself than I ever have. And I feel like the more that I won't say I feel, I know that the more that I continue down this path of self-reflection and acceptance, the more I'll heal, the more full I will feel, the more whole I will feel, and I'll get to the place where I am walking around and full of confidence and full of light and full of love, and just like letting that be how I live my life. I feel like for a long time, I've lived my life from this space of hurt and from pain. But that's not all, like, yeah, like that's not all that I am. Yes, those things have existed for me up until this point, but it's not all that I am. You know, I am light energy, I'm love, I'm beauty, I am peace, I am fun, I'm a fucking comedian. I'm funny as shit, okay? I'm funny as shit. And one of my friends have always told me that, but I'll be sitting in my room now and I like say something and that shit is funny as hell. I'm cracking up. And it's just like, girl, you're funny. So it's just like, yeah, it's just like growing in love, growing in light, growing in understanding and wisdom of myself. And I feel like we can all do this. We can all go through these processes and like do what we need to with this. And this isn't like a one and done thing. This isn't like a, oh, I go look at a situation and I go through all these steps and now I'm healed. No. That's not what's happening. I have to go through all of this stuff daily. There's still wounding that I have, um that I'm looking back on and like that I cry about, shit that happened 10, 15 years ago. Like, there's an incident that I had when I was working in this office. I worked in a gynecology office when I was 18, 19. And I still remember an incident from back then that I look back on and I get cringed about it. And I'm still like overcoming being embarrassed that I did this thing, you know? I was mortified when the doctor lady called me out, and I'm still mortified sometimes when I think about it, but I'm learning that I'm learning to give myself grace because I just didn't know. I didn't know. And so approaching it with that level of softness, approaching my life and my wounding with that level of softness is softening me, and it's making me a lot more palatable to myself, and I feel like palatable to the world as well. Um yeah, so that's it. Like that's just what like kind of I'm beginning to understand about healing. Will it be different? Is it going to be different? Is it going to be ever evolving? Absolutely. Life is ever changing, and I feel like the moment that I stop changing is the moment that I die, and I'm not trying to die for a long time. So I will continue to go through this process, and I will continue to die to myself and my past every day for the rest of my life. Um But yeah, this is just where I am. This is just kind of what healing is looking like for me. And I do hope that there is something in here that might help somebody else that maybe in like this place or a similar space or even somewhere completely different, but you know that you need to heal from some things. I hope that these steps will kind of help you to like go through that process a little bit easier. Um, so yeah, that's gonna be it. That's all of the things. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. It helps me out so much in this wonderful world of YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from me. I will definitely be here more regularly. Check me out on my social media. I have brand new everything. New Facebook, new Instagram. I have the same TikTok, but like it's a lot less followers, so like I'm a lot more free on there now than I've ever been. So you should definitely check me out on there, and also check out my Etsy shop. I make body butters, as you can, I hope you can kind of see in this video. I'm very shiny right now, and that's my body butters. Summer is coming and I want you all to be moisturized, so definitely check me out on Etsy. I'll have that link down below as well. And yeah, that's it. That's all of the things. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day or night whenever you guys choose to watch this. And I will definitely catch you in the next one. Peace.